Hey guys, wanted to go ahead and do another video here, and this is more finance related, so this will probably bore a lot of people, but thought this would be really cool for anybody who's interested in the topic and to go from there. So this index card is made by Harold Pollack, and it is very popular. A lot of people have talked about this in the finance sector. Anybody who knows about finance knows about this index card, but basically, this is a person who just wrote in the most condensed and most simplified way of what you need to do to be financially okay in life.
Get any simpler. All the financial advice you really need might just fit on a 4x6 index card.
And what I want to do is just to translate this to layman's terms to anybody who doesn't know what this means. And through, this is actually a pretty solid bit of advice. So the first thing he says is max your 401k or equivalent employee contribution. This is key. And honestly, when I look back in time and I look at the jobs that I started, I wish I actually, when I started out, actually did my 401k, when I was when I first started out, because basically what happens is you are setting aside money, within the company for your 401k. And as the years go on, that money just keeps going up and up and up and up. And you get no penalty on it. Basically, it's tax free up until the point you take it out when you retire. And that is huge. I mean, you could literally, if you just put just a little bit in, that is one of the key differentiators between someone who is going to be really successful or not financially when they retire. And it is something that I didn't really understand until like a little bit later. And this is huge. Okay. So definitely that's absolutely true. The second thing he says is buy inexpensive, well-diversified mutual funds such as Vanguard. So what he's basically saying is it's pretty much equivalent to kind of what I was saying in the other video. Just buy the S&P 500. You don't try to mathematically try to figure out okay, should I buy this stock today or buy that or buy that or buy this? Just buy the S&P 500. That's either going to be VOO or it's going to be SPY. Just type in S&P 500 stocks, and that's the way to go. Basically, you're betting on the 500, best U.S. companies that are making money, so to say. And it is.
If this stuff looks complex to you, it's because this stuff is complex, and in some cases, intentionally complex. But we don't care about that because we don't need any of that. And once you understand that you don't need that complex stuff, then doing it yourself becomes much more attainable.
On the S&P index funds, is it still market neutral and the best investment vehicle for most people?
Yeah, I think it's the best investment because most people don't know how to pick stocks, and most of the time I don't know how to pick stocks.
And he proved basically hey, I'm gonna beat you by just buying the S&P 500, and he did. Okay. Then he goes, never buy or sell an individual security. The person on the other side of the table knows more than you. Now, this is where I disagree. So what he's basically saying is that he wouldn't buy any individual stocks. And I think this is a point where I disagree with, because for me personally, I believe that if there is a company, and it'll be different for each person, that you firmly believe in, that you really believe, or the company, or you get a sense of now that's the thing about stocks and investing. You never really know. But for me, I know a lot about tech, right? So I've put money into Meta. I've put money into, NVIDIA. I've put money, and these stocks have been doing pretty damn well, right? I am right now have a pretty sizable amount in Airbnb. And while they are still a little bit finicky, I believe in them in the future. There are stocks for me that have actually been underperforming, but I still have them. Disney drives me nuts because it just keeps fucking floundering, and a lot of it is because of the politics that's going on with Disney right now. But I always say this to my friends: when I'm on my deathbed, Disney will be alive, and I know that sometime in the future I'm gonna be fuck, that shit was $100 a share a long time ago. I remember that. The way I feel about NVIDIA right now is the way I feel I never think Disney's gonna go up crazy amount. What I'm saying is, in general, he is right that the other person, it's rigged, okay? In the sense that they always have first strike. They know what's going on, but there is a thing also if you're on the right side, you're on the right side, right? So as an example, when the pandemic happens, right, Zoom was a great stock to be in. But what I'm trying to say is I don't agree here, but I know what he's saying. But I think in general, there's value to be said or value to be done when you understand an industry. Kind of what Warren Buffett was saying, and he always keeps saying, invest in what you know. Okay, save 20% of your money. Absolutely. There's the concept of pay yourself first. So before you even spend money on anything, stash away 20% and, you want to save some of that money.
$100. What you want to do is you want to rip the 100 in half. 50. Save it. Don't even touch it. Invest. Put it away. Don't even look at it. Now you got 50 left. Now the smart people, the real smart people, the billionaires of the world, they'll take half of that 50, put all that away. This right here, have fun.
And this is kind of what I want to really say here is, most Americans, it's just they've proven studies on this. Most Americans, they live paycheck by paycheck, right? So and a lot of it is because, they're not saving money. But now there obviously is the argument that, hey, you know what, like, I can't afford any of that. And like, I understand this is like a shitty economy. Like things are just like that. But in general, what you do want to do is, pay yourself first, before you go and buy this and this and this, save that money each time. Save a certain amount of your money from your paycheck. Okay. What he says is pay your credit card balance in full every month. Okay. Yeah. Basically every time, in general, don't incur any credit card fees, just make sure you're on track. So I agree with that. Pretty straightforward. Make sure you're on track. Maximize tax advantage savings vehicles like Roth, SEP, and so this is another arena as well. Now with Roth, that is specific to a specific amount of money that you make. Now if you make a lot more than a certain amount, Roth doesn't even apply to you. I think it's like 128K or something like that. So basically check with your tax advisor. They'll go over that with you to save additional costs. Pay attention to fees. Avoid actively managed funds. Okay, so this is outdated news. This is basically because this was before the time that Robinhood, like before the Robinhood sort of conversion. So Robinhood was a firm. We all know what they did that was special a long time ago was that they were like, hey, you can buy and sell in stock and things like that, and you're not going to get dinged. We're going to make you allowed to do it for free. And because of that, a lot of people started going to Robinhood. And then all these other big companies like, holy shit, we're losing money to these guys. We need to change our game. So that's why Charles Schwab and all these E-Trade and everybody, they changed their game. We're like, now you don't get any fees. So this is outdated information. Promote social insurance programs to help people feel, okay, great. Okay, so that's this card in a nutshell.